It's so cold. 18 degrees. But I'm still out here. All right. Get to it. I feel like the days of Nissan being at the forefront of car culture is gone. Nobody cares about Nissan anymore, and that's their own fault. And that's not really a bad thing. It's kind of just, it is what it is. It's 2026 and Nissan fell off. Nobody's checking for Nissan anymore. Nobody wants to buy a new Z. Nobody can afford a new GTR, and that's not okay. Like, Nissan used to be a king. They had the S series, they had GTRs, and they were on top. People genuinely looked at Nissan as one of the forerunners for car culture, especially when it comes to JDM car culture. And now they've fallen from grace, and it's sad to see. The new Z came out, and that was all everybody could talk about. That's all everybody wanted, or it's all everybody could talk about. The new Z, the 400Z. And it came out, and it's a little lackluster. And other than the price, you can kind of understand why. Like, it's really just a rebadged Z34. Most of everything that was on the Z34, you can find it on the new Z. The car has a little bit of a problem with just being unique and having its own identity. So let's take this car, for example. I'm in a 2007 Nissan 350Z Nismo, and it has so much character. It has so much soul. It's so fun to drive. It's so analog feeling. I feel so connected. Even in the dead of winter, it's like 18 degrees outside. I should not be driving, and I'm still having a good time. And I think that's a testament to the good times. I think that's a testament to when Nissan really tried some of their best work ever. The base Model Z, not so much. There's a lot to be desired with the base Model Z. There's a lot that's missing there. Viscous LSD. Base model, the car's pretty mid, but at least they tried with the Nismo. At least they gave it some chassis stiffening. They made it a little faster. They made it gorgeous looking. They made it desirable to drive and look at, period. They tried. And they don't usually try, which is sad. Usually they kind of like to copy, paste, and stick with what works. They're not really a company that is daring in a lot of ways. Woo! But that's all right. For what, like 15 years, they didn't create anything new, and they kind of just ran with the 370Z year after year. They ran with the GTR year after year. But they had a chance this time to really do something special, and I feel like they missed the mark. Whether it was because of the price or the car itself, either way, they missed it. They missed having a chance to get back on top, and they let Toyota take their crown. No pun intended. They're not even competing at this point. At this point, Toyota's way ahead. Honda knows how to build a brand. They know how to keep customers. They know how to make sure that people buy their cars and continue to buy them for years to come, no problem. The new Type R is magnificent. They genuinely gave everything they could in making the Type R differentiate from the regular Civic by giving itself its own identity. And you can tell when you look at the car that it's special. It doesn't look like a regular Civic. Outside of the looks, you can tell with how they built the car. They built it with a lot of love and care that the Nismos just don't get. But why? Is it money? It has to be money. It's got to be financial issues why they kind of just go, I mean, here you go, I guess. Here's a little something. People who are a fan of Nissan, though, we want more than that. Yeah, we could be a little ungrateful. You can call us that. But we know what we want. We're very confident that, hey, we want 400 horsepower to the wheels, not just the crank. We want adequate cooling. We want suspension, brakes. You didn't get that in the new Z, especially with the base model. They did the base model dirty. Cloth seats, no LSD, dirty. But I digress. At least with the performance model, you get the carbon fiber. You get the carbon fiber drive shaft. You get good brakes. and a katana blade on the side for looks, right? Like, okay. But it does not compare to a Supra with magnerized suspension, 400 horsepower to the wheels. Then the new Nismo gets announced, and we get more horsepower, I think like 20 more horsepower. The looks are an improvement. It does look better, but you could tell that's kind of it, all right? Like, I believe there is chassis stiffening, just like they did in this Nismo. Like, they stiffened up the chassis a bit, but make it manual. Make it more analog, more fun to drive. Make it look more appealing to where you look at that car and you're like, wow, what is that? I want to drive that. With the old Z, they got it perfect. Like, you look at it from any angle and it looks so aggressive. It looks so ready and special. It doesn't look normal. It looks like, what is that? That's the reaction you should be getting from driving the top model car of your brand. When you see a Type R, you think, what is that? Is that a normal Civic? It is not. In my opinion, it's not over for Nissan. They have a lot to do. They got a lot of work to do, but it's possible. Right now they have the Z. Cool, keep it up. But actually try it next year. Give it a better suspension. I've driven the Z and it felt good. It felt fun to drive, but a little boring, if I'm honest. It didn't feel exciting. I didn't feel like I could hear the sound of the engine. When you hear this, that's some bass in there. You get excited. You want to go faster. You feel like genuinely like, wow, I'm about to have some fun. When I put my foot down in the new Z, I did not feel that whatsoever. And the sad part is you can say, oh, well, the car's stock. Yeah, even if you put a Tome, which you don't want to do on a VR30, but if you put an aftermarket exhaust that actually sounds really good or tries to with good quality, in my opinion, it still does not save that car. That car still does not sound the best. It still is lackluster, in my opinion. And maybe if they just tried a little harder to put its own motor in the car instead of the borrowed VR30, that wouldn't be an issue. But I'm not trying to harp on the VR30. The VR30 is a decent engine. It's really good and it's fast, and there's a lot of people who enjoy that motor. I just think it doesn't sound the best, but that's just my opinion. I feel like it's proof as owning a Nismo myself that I'm passionate about Nissan. I obviously care. I didn't buy specifically this car because it's better than any other car. I bought it because I'm passionate about Nissan, or having a Nissan at least. Honestly, if I'm real, I'm kind of trying to make up for not being able to have a GTR. I can't have a GTR, so this is my poor man's GTR in a way. Like, the two cars don't compare. But if I'm honest, I get that same feeling. I get that same feeling of driving a GTR, that I'm in a special Nissan, that I'm in something that was crafted and cared for by the engineers. I don't know. Call me crazy. I'm probably alone on an island with that opinion, but driving it, that's how it makes me feel. And I want new Nissans to make you feel that way. That's how they should, especially if you buy a Nismo version. It should make you feel special. It should make you feel like you're driving a sports car that's engineered for twisty, windy roads and whatever Nismo is known for, not the new one that came out. The S chassis was god tier. The S chassis made people turn into car enthusiasts. It really made a lot of enthusiasts. You could do whatever you wanted with that car. You could drift it, you could toge it, you could turn that car to a drag car. The 240 was perfect, and the modern 240 is no longer a Nissan. It's a Toyota GR86. Facts. The new Toyota GR86 is this generation's 240, and it shouldn't be that way. Nissan should have an S16 somewhere in the works. They should draft it up, create it, put it out as a competitor to the GR86, because that's what they're missing. They're missing a huge chunk in their market. For what reason, I don't know. It's not like it's impossible. Again, maybe financially it's impossible, but let's pretend for a moment that they have the money. They can create an inline four that's turbocharged for a decent price, $35,000, $40,000, to compete with the GR86. Make it look good, make it look aggressive, make it appealing to the younger market, and I think they'd have a hit on their hands. If Nissan would just create an S16, put some decent marketing and thought behind it, I think they'd be in a pretty good shape. They can't mess up on the new GTR though. The new GTR has to be comparable in performance to a 992 Porsche. Has to be. If it's not, then it's a failure. But knowing Nissan, at the very least, they're gonna put care into the new Nissan, the new GTR. So I'm not too worried about the GTR. It's really just me thinking in my head of like, okay, if they created a new S chassis, gave it some tender love and care, good differential, good suspension, really good looks, a good, very reliable engine that's turbocharged, not NA with 200 horsepower. I would even accept 250. I think 250 for a decent price isn't too bad, especially if it's 250 horsepower to the wheels. But a winner would be 300 horsepower. You got to make the S chassis appealing and marketable, and I think 300 horsepower would be a good start. But you do all that in combination, and you have a very decent lineup from Nissan. Nissan could be back, and they're messing up right now. They're nowhere to be seen, and it's unfortunate. I don't know. This is my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Am I bugging? Am I tripping? Or am I right that Nissan fell off?